Another package, another statue. Whoa, that didn't go as planned. Let's open this up. Hello, YouTube. Action Man here once again, and we're unboxing another Sideshow statue. This one from an eBay seller, hence the box. Some of my other videos you might have seen do show that I got this directly from Sideshow, but not always. I haven't always mentioned whether I got this directly from Sideshow or Tweeterhead or the main seller. Sometimes I do get them from an eBay seller, and I don't actually mention that whether which way or the other. So I'll try to do that a bit more often, so that I do kind of capitalize on the fact of where I got them. As always, my beautiful assistant is joining me, and her friend, who in one of the last unboxing videos for one of my Tweeterhead statues, her friend Pinky the bunny did have a cast on and is now better. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Why does that pertain to this? It doesn't. So let's go ahead and get this unboxed. All right. The packaging is a little wonky, but I had good communication with the eBay seller. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes they just send the thing, and that's it. Other times they're very responsive, and they just keep you up to date on everything. Sometimes they just send you like a quick thank you for your purchase. I hope you enjoy the piece. That kind of thing, which is a nice touch. So this is just an outside box. I can clearly tell that it is a Sideshow box underneath, just very well wrapped in bubble wrap. So I guess we are going to actually get to see the Sideshow box itself. I didn't think that was going to be the case. I thought it was just going to be in some kind of packaging, which is fine, because really what I'm looking for is just the piece itself. A lot of collectors out there are sticklers about the packaging box. They want the actual Sideshow. They keep the brown cardboard boxes. To each their own. I don't. I keep the box that contains the statue, the art box, if you will, but I don't necessarily keep the packaging box. That's just me. I don't ever necessarily plan to resell these, and if I do, well, then that's my fault, right? Because it will be my fault if they request that it come in the original. Not that we ever actually do request that, but sometimes it's expected. Whoa. All right, so let's get this. You gotta appreciate when they package it this well, because you know that nothing's gonna come broken, nothing's gonna come scratched. Even then, sometimes it still happens. All right, so let's get all this bubble wrap off. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look at this hat. All right. All right, look at this. Here's the outside of the box. It does say Sideshow Collectibles and the address for them. This is the Punisher premium format figure. It is an older piece. So let's go ahead and open this up. You see the Sideshow Collectibles emblem on the side. This is what your standard Sideshow box looks like. But what we're really here to see are the contents. All right. This is number 290 out of 1,000 pieces that were made. See from the bottom there. Here is the box itself. You got that depiction there on the back of the box. The sides are just in black, but the front does display the Punisher logo with the Sideshow premium format logo. Sideshow Collectibles on the back. The top, just a little bit of blood spatter, just like on the front. You see a little bit of that blood splatter all along here. Now let's do the actual unboxing of the piece itself. Oh, okay. He did retape it, and he was nice enough to write top here. I know that's not standard, so the seller was nice enough to write write it on there. That was kind of nice of him. All right. If you've been watching my Tweeterhead unboxing of my Justice League character statues, I have mentioned that before, where they don't always indicate which side is top or bottom, and sometimes they do. Seems like there's no rhyme or reason behind it. Here's what it looks like on the inside, the styrofoam. It's got the Sideshow there emblazoned into the styrofoam. I'm going to cut this open. All right. Book. All right. Look at this. Let's put this guy together. One thing I wanted to point out, that even though this is the top, this is another thing, statue collecting sometimes. The base. I wanted to start unboxing it and realize that, well, where's the base so I can show off the base first? Well, it's on the bottom. So you have to cut the bottom out first before you can display the statue, or else you're just putting all the pieces on your table when you might just want to start placing them on the stand itself. So here is why I couldn't figure that out, because it was on the bottom. There is your piece, your base. It's a standard base. It's not a dynamic base as the other ones. I plan to add some pieces to it, modify it, if you will. There are statue collectors out there that do modify their statues. This is probably the one and only piece that I plan to do that with. But there's the premium format. There's the bottom of the base. As I said, I have 290 out of 1,000 premium format figure. Like similar to the top, you can see where he keys in right there. So now let's get to unboxing the rest of the piece. Okay, so seller did add a lot of extra tape, even to the inside. Tape. There's a lot of tape. Whew, boy, you did not skim out on the tape. Which now I can't actually reuse the whatever baking sheet or whatever these little things, because it's useless now. Oh, never gonna reuse it unless I move, and who knows, may never. So he's all one piece. I plan to do the close-ups on this, but he comes as one piece except for the arms and the head. So, and I did go with a more classic black and white look as opposed to some of the more modern. Just wanted to go a little bit more comic book accurate based on his first appearance. So let's key him in here. All right. Oh, let's see. Oh man. He's either gonna go like this, because that would be centered. And actually, he's going in the most like that. Yep, there it is. All right, we got him. Okay. All right. All right, now let's go with his other arm. Well, I can't say enough about the tape. Let's see. All right, so this one has brass knuckles. This is looks like a 9mm pistol. Yeah. We have his portrait here. Okay. We have rifle hand, which that can just go right in. I don't believe there's switch out for the arms. There should be one more switch out for an arm, because it's either brass knuckles or it's the pistol, which I'm probably going to go with the pistol, not necessarily with the arm, but I think I see it here. Oh, no, this is a knife that goes in with the piece itself. I don't see where it would go keyed in though. Trying to figure this out. We'll figure that one out. There should be one more either arm or other piece in here. It's either this one here, or maybe, I think I may be wrong. I think the pistol just goes in here, because it does have the button. Okay, that goes there. Oh, and it goes right on the leg. That's where it is. Okay. I was mistaken. And here to do the final touch, the portrait, right on the top, is my beautiful assistant. Go ahead and stand up, baby. Okay, and go ahead and put that right there. Good job. Then we have Frank Castle's The Punisher. Okay, here are the close-ups. Let's start off with the portrait. Got Frank Castle there, hair slicked back. The portrait looks very, almost realistic there. Got a nice sheen or gloss on the eyes. The lips, almost like a sheen of sweat coming off. That's a nice touch. You got the hair slicked back. Pretty simple, but yet powerful pose there, or powerful mug, if you will. The rifle, which I actually thought the other one was a switch out, but it's just all comes together. Pretty strong magnet there. The rifle itself looks pretty plain, not much to it, almost like a modern Tommy gun, if you will. You got the scope right here. So you got the scope there, and on the trigger. All right. You got the harness. Classic black and white color scheme. The more modern ones do have, more I don't know, modern tones, because imagine trying to sneak in and out of murdering the scum of New York in this type of costume. Just doesn't work. But hey, it's comic books, right? I like how your ammo pouches blend in with the skull. It's very Frank Castle esque. You got the pistol there that I put in. There's a small, tiny magnet on here that I'm not trying to mess with too much. That does hold it in place. The suit itself is mesh, so there is a mesh to it, so it's not sculpted. And then the rest of the pieces are leather. It's almost like this leather. Now the arms are the paw, the hard. Um, uh, I forget what it's called, but it's sculpted. The arms are sculpted, while the chest piece is leather. These are leather, and the suit itself is a fabric as well. Onto the boots. Get those classic Punisher white go-go boots, if you will. This is the knife I had been trying to figure out where it went, so it just kind of goes right there. A little bit of a weak magnet, but not like you need a strong one. It's not going anywhere. You got a little bit of hair there. Let's take that out. As I mentioned, I did want this piece to match my other pieces, and I always buy the maquettes, meaning that they always come with dynamic pieces. So I was thinking of getting a little artsy with this and modifying it to maybe do some shell casings on the floor. I don't know. Still toying around with the idea. Maybe I'll make a video about how I plan to modify the base to better match my other statues that are all maquettes with dynamic bases. But this is the close-up of the Frank Castle statue. It is a quarter scale. I'll go nicely right next to Daredevil. I already have a spot for him. One small piece I wanted to highlight here is the arm that I thought was a switch out. It does have brass knuckles on it. So just Frank Castle ready to beat some ass when he runs out of ammo. Nice touch, Sideshow. Nice touch. All right, let's get it measured. So from bottom of the base to top, you're looking at about 20 and a half inches, about just below 21. And that's from where the head sculpt is. But we're having to do it from the very top of where the rifle comes up to. And if we're doing it that way, so you're looking at the very top coming out to about 22 and a half inches. So you need to make sure that if you do purchase this piece and you're trying to measure how much, that you account for the rifle barrel going all the way to the top, and it's just above 22 and a half inches. So 22, yep, right around there. The base itself is, you're looking at about nine and a half total from base to base, or from about 9.5. And it's 9.5 all around. It's a perfect circle. There you go. For display purposes, those are the measurements roughly. And there's Frank Castle, the Punisher, where he'll be displayed. Got War Journal in the back. You got Marvel Knights, and of course Warzone comic books in the back, right next to his comic book crime fighter Daredevil. Accordingly, I thought it was only fitting that they go together. For the record, I actually have a cousin who we call Frenzy. His real name is Francisco Castillo. He said it was okay to mention his name because when you translate that into English, that is literally Frank Castle. Francisco Frank Castillo, Spanish for castle. So his name is actually Frank Castle. How cool is that? But that is where Mr. Castle, the Punisher, will be displayed. But that's it for this video. One thing I did want to mention is I was wearing a Spider-Man shirt. With great power comes great responsibility. I thought about wearing a Punisher shirt, but as the Punisher first debuted in Amazing Spider-Man 129 or ASM 129 displayed right here. She doesn't know that it's going to pop up right there. I felt appropriately in wearing a Spider-Man shirt because, hey, first appearances, right? But that was the unboxing of the Punisher Premium Format Statue by Sideshow, one of the older pieces here. I am digging it because it's got the classic white go-go boots and the classic black and white coloring. Are there better statues out there? Absolutely, even ones that I like, but I just wanted to go with this one because I think it matches better with my Daredevil statue. And I'll do a quick video right now at the end of here before end credits so that you can see him lined up with the rest of his display pieces, matching, if you will. And thankful to my beautiful assistant for helping me out. Ladies and gents, as always, collect what you love what you collect. We'll see you guys in the next one.